Yo, what's up, fam? It's your boy, Baby Jesus, back at it again with another video. So, this is gonna be an interesting video. I doubt anyone's gonna watch it, but just being an ugly dude, it's it's been rough, man. It's been rough. I mean, I've always known. Um, my parents are Mexican immigrants. I was born in Mexico. My parents, when I was a little baby, they took me to the U.S. and I spent my entire life there. Then I didn't grow up around Latinos. I grew up in a city filled with white kids, rich white kids, and rich Asian kids. Sure, Asians are a bit shorter, but in my high school, I wasn't the tallest. I wasn't the lightest skinned. I wasn't the richest. I I was not even average. I was like below average, man, and I was reminded of it constantly. I always knew you see it right away. I've known from the beginning, from being a little kid, not like one day I just realized. I always knew that I was different and that I was not a good looking guy, you know? I was always the ugly friend. Women didn't really pay attention to me. Women only saw me as a friend. Not even that. Women didn't really even want to hang out with me. I didn't start hanging out with women until a little bit towards the last 2 years of high school. In my entire high school career, I didn't get invited. So one thing is going, another thing is to actually get invited, which neither of those. I never got invited to one house party, not even one. I only had one girl from high school, my entire 4 year high school career. I had one girl who was a friend who I knew she liked someone else, so she wasn't even interested in me, come over to my house and be in my bedroom. When I was in high school, I had one girl in my bedroom. Guys, I'm not going to get into the whole like handsome privilege or superficial world. It's all true. It's all very true. The tall dudes are just talking out of their ass when they're like, "Oh, you just got to be confident." They don't know what the fuck they're saying. But I'm not really gonna get into that stuff. It's just in a way, like it's kind of hard to explain because I grew up seeing the entire world pass me by as if I was in a fishbowl. I'm like a fish that like nobody wanted, and I just saw everyone live their life and everyone, and so that's one aspect of it. And then plus like all of my life just crumbled. I got deported and all that shit. So yeah, it just went from bad to worse, right? But it's pretty interesting because women, not only did women not see me as like not an attractive mate, not a potential mate, women didn't see me like, not even like my ex-girlfriends. So let me say this quickly, and I hope I don't forget my train of thought or whatever. I once heard that like if you want a fast hookup, ask one of your exes because the fact is you guys have already had sex. So like, why would she say no, right? Not even my exes wanted to like hook up back with me, and that's like I'm gonna brag a little bit because I got that. At least I got that going for me. Like I'm pretty gifted down there. Like it's just this right here. It's just this that scares everyone away. Anyway, going back to my point, it's kind of weird that like no one saw me as like a potential mate and all that, but it also kind of helped, quote unquote, because women also didn't see me as a threat. Once I graduated high school, I started working full time. Once I got a BMW and like oh yeah, I was always a mess. Always looked ugly and shit like that. But like once I started kind of and I'm not a shy guy. I'm not shy at all. So it's not about confidence. Um, Women actually kind of started treating me just like if I was a gay guy. And I started before I got deported. I made my best friend, shout out to Genesis. Genesis became my best friend, and she introduced me to this little group of crazy girls. Like Jesus, fucking, eesh. Genesis knows that I'm not really cool with them. Anyway, they started telling me like about their problems. They started telling me about like how girls think. They started telling so like because they weren't attracted to me and they like trusted me and they like they and then I don't get drunk. Like I can drink a lot and I won't get drunk and shit. So they would all get drunk and I would be their Uber, basically. But it's all cool because I got to go to cool places and cool parties thanks to Genesis. But anyways, going back to the point, I would like drive them around and all that. And when they were drunk, they would like spew their secrets and they would tell me like the way. So now like one thing is like that there's handsome men that don't know how to talk to women, right? But then there's like maybe guys who are good dudes and they're not fuck boys and all that, but they don't understand women mentality. And then there's me, who like I know exactly like how women are. I know exactly what women want and all that. But I've been single for like the last 4 years. Here in Mexico, things are not that well, are not that good. Even in Mexico, man, I'm even ugly for Mexico standards. It's crazy. Uh, White, tall, rich Mexicans tell me, "Oh, bro, just be more confident. You just gotta work on yourself. You just gotta fuck, dude. They're so fucking annoying. Like, dude, maybe she's not your type." I'm like, dude, I've been single for 4 years. Apparently, I'm no one's type. But anyways, being an ugly guy, like, thank God I'm mentally strong because I know a lot of people. Like, I'm never gonna hit a woman, even though women have pushed me, have hurt me, have lied to me. Women have pretty much used me in every possible way. I've been cheated on 3 times. So being ugly is really, it's really not a nice way to go through this life. Especially now with like all this attack on masculinity and all that. Like women have no idea that like being a man in the world that's not successful, that's not rich, that's not handsome, that's not tall, it's already kind of rough, right? Now imagine in this social climate where they're trying to eradicate masculinity, where all this talk, like I build my own furniture. I have my own house. I know how to cook. I'm a good dude. If I get you pregnant, which I don't have any kids, I'm gonna stick by you. If we get married, I'm not gonna leave you. 'Cause my dad's a pastor. That's the way I was raised. That's not good enough, because of this. So like, it's it's a pretty weird life. It's not a nice way to live this life. And people say like, "Oh, but dude, being single, yeah, but it's one thing. One thing is to like be single and then have random hookups and like have friends that are like female friends. Another thing is that like you're single and undesirable and undesired. Then you're just alone, you know. And it's complicated because sure I'm trying to confine all this into just like my experiences as an ugly man in today's world, which it's not nice. It's a really bad way to live a life. But there's so many other factors around my life that are just crumbling. So like I can't really, it's there's a lot of things going on, but I'm not gonna get into any of that. But yeah, just today, I guess now this just goes out to the gentlemen out there. Today, women, dude, like line up 10 women. Each one of them will have an opinion of have an opinion of like what's wrong with you, of what they can fix, of what you need to work on, of why you're not good enough. When they're basic twos, threes, and fours, like women's standards have skyrocketed. Their worth has literally just dropped, like what they can actually bring to the table. And then and now so that's women's like preferences, whatever, in today's world. And then on top of that, you you touch a woman the wrong way, You talk to her the wrong way, or you accidentally, things get a little physical. You shove her, whatever. Boom, you're in jail, thanks to feminism. Now imagine all of that, what I just mentioned, of the preferences of women, of like the social climate with like men, feminism, toxic masculinity, if that's even a thing. Um, take all that into account. Now imagine just being an ugly ass dude where like women don't even take you into account, and then your whole world is just crumbling around you, and you're trying every day to just be a good dude. Not for appearances, not for because that's how you were raised. You're raised to be a good person, to add to society, to if you're able to help someone in need, in trouble or whatever, you should also be willing to help them. It's just I don't know. I kind of just felt like making this video. It's and there's so much I'm not covering, and I'm probably maybe confused a lot of people haven't even made it this far probably, and I thank you if you have. But just my experiences as an ugly man, it's a horrible way to live. It's really bad. And I guess just to finish this off, and I am going to brag because I know it's the truth. Like what I've been through, if I wasn't mentally strong, you bet, like, now I understand, and this may sound dark or whatever, but like if you really think about it, women abusers, rape, can't believe, I don't know if I'm gonna get demonetized, as if I even make money. Just men treating women like trash. Like I understand it now, 100%. I'm like, oh, so that's why that happens. But I can never bring myself to do that stuff. Aside from the fact that my dad's a pastor and he would kick my ass. I'm bigger and stronger than my dad, but like I was raised in a generation where we still, and by Mexican parents, that's still like, your parents beat the shit out of you for being a bad person. Well, fuck. Now that I say that, I'm in Mexico and there's a shitload of bad people, but whatever. See what I mean? Like it's like, dude, I can go on and on just about how like different aspects of life. Of Megan, yeah, tranquila. Dang, dude, like there's just so much in this world that's backwards. There are so many people that like you don't know that are suffering and they're just slapping a fake smile on their face. There's so many people that deserve Megan. There's so many people that deserve so much better and they'll never get that better. You know? Life isn't about what you deserve. Life isn't a Disney movie. Megan, yeah. Ven aquí. Anyway, I'll let you guys go. Ladies, this isn't about like a good guy being a good guy. Let the good guys hit it. This is just about get better because every woman here in Mexico is a single mom. Ladies, seriously, just don't be dumb, man. Just stop being dumb. Like it's literally that easy. Just stop being dumb. All right. Peace out, guys.